Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. I hope you're having a great day. Stay positive, stay focused. Let's get to it. What is the hot topic that's going on YouTube or Instagram? Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. Thank you for all your love and support.
So don't forget to comment, but be kind. And also turn on the notification bell. If you don't want to leave a comment, that's fine. You could always leave a thumbs up, a heart, a rose. Any positive interaction really helps the page. So let's get to it. Let's talk Monique and Oprah. What's being reported is concerning because all the women, knowing that the industry is something else, they should all be loving and supporting one another. But what we're hearing is different stories. If Monique had a concern, then Taraji and the cast of Color Purple had a concern. Not everybody can be wrong. Did they make sure that things weren't set up the right way so then Oprah can come and save? Or be the hero? Or have good press? When they sat down and offered these actresses, the job and the position, like I said before, it should have never even been a question in regards to security, proper trailers, proper getting to and from set, proper food. That shouldn't have ever been an issue. Why are people thinking of that? Oh, as soon as we called her, she fixed it. She should have made sure all that stuff was fixed from day one. The expectations of her beautiful actors and actresses. Let's be very clear. Let's get to this clip.
I speak about Oprah Winfrey. And let me be clear, I love that sister because she's our sister. She just got to come back across the street. We got the light on. When I speak about Oprah Winfrey, I speak about that woman because she's spoken about me. And when you begin to speak about me privately, I'm going to speak about you publicly. You've been unfair. You've been unjust. And you watched a black woman be thrown under the bus, and you said nothing. And here's what's interesting as well. My husband was saying to me, after I won the Oscar award, right? And she had the people come, to talk to the Oscar winners. And I go on the stage and I talk to the Oscar winners. Well, when we go to a commercial, the people in the audience.
Now listen to this, because it's interesting to where there might be some jealousy, spite, and envy. Jealousy, spite, and envy comes out in a different nature. Because it's not like I want your financial situation. I got my own. It's not like I want your man because she got her own. She's had Stedman for how many years? 25, 30? But Monique has a husband that loves, supports her, and has her back. But it's the fame in regards to how people look at Monique, treat Monique. So then you have Monique's family on to shade her and make her not look good. That's dangerous. Let's continue.
Stage and I talk to the Oscar winners. Well, when we go to a commercial, the people in the audience, and I say this humbly, as my husband was telling me, he said, Mama, they wasn't screaming Oprah. They were screaming Monique, right? So much so, I had to say, y'all gonna shut that shit up now. We get ready to go back on the air. We having fun, right? He said, but I watched Oprah. He said, I watched her almost turn in her seat like they screaming her name. Now, some people was...
Y'all remember that turn in that seat? The turn in the seat when Taraji P. Henson spoke up and saying, we're not being treated fairly. There's a concern here. It's almost like the same situation's happening. And then Oprah had to sit up immediately and put her hand in people's faces, basically, and said, as soon as you called me, I corrected it. As soon as you called me, I fixed it. You shouldn't have had to fix it. It should have been fixed prior to. You should have made sure they had the red carpet rolled out for them, and everything that was needed should have already been written in the contracts and given to these actresses and actors. It's something how she treats people.
They screaming her name. Now, some people will say, oh, Monique, you're reaching. Well, let me tell you what then happens. The movie The Butler, that movie was offered to me. Lee Daniels came out and said, I did offer Monique The Butler. But as he said to me, he said, Mo, at the time I didn't have no power and I didn't have no money. So when Oprah said she wanted it, so who played the lead role in The Butler? Oprah Winfrey. Lee Daniels was getting ready to do a biopic on Richard Pryor, and he offered me the grandmother. Who then calls Lee Daniels and says, I want to be the grandmother? So, as you're looking at me, it's the same way I'm looking at that sister. And I'm saying, why don't we sit down and have a conversation? Because the way things could look, it may not be that way, but just the way things look, Oprah. Just the way you would have my family on your show, Oprah.
One might say, Mo, well, I mean,
I like how Shannon Sharpe tries to say, well, maybe. How many more situations do people need to show y'all that there's concerns here? Throw, throwing the rock and hiding your hand goes beyond this. Is it almost like sabotage? I want to make sure you can't get as far as you want to go. And are you making sure of that? Because when you hear the connection in regards to Kevin Hart being there for Monique, and then all of a sudden they're asking basic Kevin to almost cut ties. And Kevin Hart says to her, that's not true. I'm going to talk with my team. I didn't say I didn't want to be bothered with you or mess with you or be around you. And Kevin had borrowed her money and she had paid the money back. But then all of a sudden, Kevin basically cut ties with Monique. It's interesting. It's worse than blacklisted. It's being blackballed. It's being discredited. You had people shouting your name. They were shouting you and not shouting me. And now you have this movie and Taraji P. Henson speaks out. And all of a sudden, the ratings and people are not wanting to go see the movie because they see that there's a concern of how our people are being treated. We're not going to support that. And then they try and make Taraji P. Henson speak out and say, well, let's not focus on me. Let's focus on the movie. No, sister, you done spoke out now. Because Monique had problems and continue to have problems. And now you're having a concern. She's on notice. And so is Tyler Perry. Let's continue.
if the role that they're looking for a black,
I love this part.
Shannon is so careful with his words. He want to say fat black woman. If the role looking for a fat black woman, Mo, he was like,
I'm gonna keep my podcast, but y'all ain't finna cancel
that's
me.
why we love you, Uncle Shay Shay, because we want you to say it, a fat black woman. Now, me and Oprah fit the damn description, Shay. Fat black. Don't we fit it?
You do, but I'll be right back in a minute. I'll be your neighbor up there where you live at.
Listen here. Listen here. Listen here. So, are you lying?
No.
Now, I'm not going to have your big ass sitting here in the Hall of Fame and you scared to say shit. I tried to call you first. I tried to talk to you privately, but then you became the great, mighty Oprah Winfrey, and you were too busy to talk. Well, now I'm going to talk about it. This woman has overstepped with me in so many ways that somebody would say, if we wasn't Monique and Oprah Winfrey in the entertainment business, and we was Monique and Oprah Winfrey that worked at Costco, I see you in the break room. I see you at your cash register. Because she's overstepped. Wow. I speak about Oprah Winfrey. And let me be clear. I love that sister. Because she's our sister. She just got to come back across the street.
Okay, so there's that. I paused it. Let's see
We
what
got the light on. When I speak
let's see what some of the comments are saying.
I
People hear from Monique and they're applauding. Just because Oprah's a billionaire doesn't mean she can't be talked to. Money ain't everything. It's how you treat people. Oprah is low key one of the industries. Ooh wee. I believe everything Monique is saying wholeheartedly. Monique is one of those people that is brutally honest and make people uncomfortable. And they're basically saying it's something how Taraji P isn't saying anything. Wow. So the biggest thing is one or the two things could happen. You can support, or you could sabotage, or you could come together as women. They love it when we don't agree. They love it when we come against each other. At what point do we show each other the love support that everybody needs? That everybody needs. Now this is just on the Precious movie, which I don't think Monique should have did it. The movie was sickening. She won an Oscar over that. Remember how Halle Berry won an Oscar over what was that? Whatever something whatever. It's something how they want to portray us in the worst light possible and give us an Oscar for it. She was probably already emotional of what she had to do to be in that role. Sickening role. There's no way. If I'm an actress or actor, and that's like the worst thing they could have gave her, and she took it, but you want me to then travel and promote. She probably didn't want to promote that because the questions, how did you shift from? You know what I'm saying? Well wishes.